Blast me to Electia! It's time for the Mad Merlins Warhammer 40,000 Imperium Journey. Episode 47. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mad Merlins Warhammer 40,000 Imperium Journey. So we're starting delivery 13 today and we have issue 47 right here. And with this issue we get 2 new paints to add to our paint collection. So we get Wild Rider Red, a nice orangey sort of red, very pastel-y in appearance. This is going to be used to highlight a lot of our areas we've painted with Mephiston Red. So your Battle Sisters robes, Space Marine Captains cloaks, etc. As well as cables that we painted with Mephiston Red. And our second paint is Pink Horror. So a nice rosy pink. And this is going to be used to layer up on top of all our purity seals. And here we have the magazine. So this video we're going to cover pretty much everything, as it's a nice, fairly short video, issue. Like I said, we got 2 paints. We learn about the Talons of the Emperor. There's new rules to lead up to Seratos, and a battle. And it's a pretty small battle. It's more like a kill team sort of game. We've only got a handful of models on each side, but that's pretty much all we've been doing lately anyway. But here we go, issue 47. I'll just go vertical and we'll start going through this issue. So here we go then. So the contents of this issue is pretty jam-packed for what we do get. So we get 2 new battle records, the Avapentia and Arcoflagellants, which we didn't get in the previous issue. We learn about the different ranks of Battle Sisters. With the Sisters of the Priory, we have a faction about blurb of the Talons of the Emperor, plus a short story featuring them. Then we have a new Warzone page. We have a tutorial about painting all our Space Marine details. We have the Shield of Faith and Zealot rule for our Battle Sisters, data sheets for the Pentia and Arcoflagellants, and then we have a mission called Lead the Faithful. So here we have the next of our battle records for our Sisters of Battle units. So this is the Sisters of Pentia, the Seekers of Absolution. Units of Sisters of Pentia are formed from Battle Sisters who have transgressed against the faith. Sisters of Pentia are ritually stripped of their power armor, armed with eviscerator chainswords, and thrust forward as shock troops. For most, redemption will only be earned in death. So we've got some key points on the Sisters. So we've got the sockets where the power armor attaches, you've got the penitent eviscerators, double-handed chainswords, and then some of them will show ritual scarring. And they are adorned with plenty of purity seals. They are often led to battle by a Avapentia superior and a fly. And here's the battle record all filled out. So we've got the squad name as Perdition's Grace. We've just got a simple D3 chart here. 1, 2, or 3. Then we can name and write out the sin for each of our Avapentia. So I've got Julietta Vale, whose sin was led a failed assault on a den of heretics. Ionica Gallia, who showed mercy towards citizens tainted by heresy. Lucia Neal, who disobeyed a sister superior's order in the heat of battle. And Annis Augusta abandoned her sisters to pursue a personal vendetta. Then we got a recording chart for Miracle Dice, ticking off when we used them and what they were used for, and then any notable battles. So any notable kills, such as like sacrifice themselves to inflict terrible wounds on Scorpic Destroyers. Up next we have the Arcoflagellants, savage cyber zealots. So few heretics are deemed worthy of redemption. The few that are undergo surgery and psycho-indoctrination, turning them into living weapons known as Arcoflagellants. Only in death are they truly redeemed. So here we have the 3 different arco-flagellants we're getting in the collection. Goes into bits of details about all the different things, so the stims plugged into their backs, the different types of weapons, mainly their flails, and then a little bit about the process of arco-flagellation. And for the battle record, I filled out, we got the squad name, Violent Absolvers, again another D3 chart. And then we have only worthy of first names, so we got Daneth, disobeyed an Adeptus Ministorum decree, which is her sin. Garrick, who expressed doubt in the Emperor's divinity, oh dear, how dare you. And Simon, or Simon, led a cult that sought to resurrect the Emperor. I don't see how... Oh, I suppose if the Emperor is resurrected, he's no longer deemed a god, he's actual living being, so I suppose that is kind of sin-worthy. I mean, pretty good. I did have to roll quite a few times, I think, on the last of my Pentia, as I kept getting the same over and over again. Really good choices for what they did. And if, like me, you're going to get a few extra units of these, you can always fill out a little bit extra. And again, we got tally chart, so the amount of times you've killed 6 enemies in the same turn that you charged. Showing how pretty savage these guys can be in combat. So moving on, we got some background information expanding the Sisters of Battle. So this focuses on the Sisters of the Priory. So squads of Sisters clad in ceramite armor make up the main bulk of an Adeptus Sororitas army. These squads can be equipped with a variety of different weapon loadouts, each tailored towards a particular role upon the battlefield, allowing for great flexibility and destructive potential. Here we see a squad of Battle Sisters fighting alongside the Iron Hands. You got the Canoness here with her Rod of Office and a Condamore bolt gun, which is a combi bolt gun with a psycho-killing crossbow. Simulacrum held up there. Then we got a squad of Sisters with a bolt gun, flamer, and another flamer at the back there. So here we have different types of Sisters. So we got Battle Sister Squad, which is our standard troops, which we have a 10 girl squad of. Dominion Squad, who... Sorry about that. Dominion Squad, who are equipped with loads of special weapons. When we come to issue 49, I got a nice little tip on how to make a decent squad of these out of spare models. Then we got this is when my tongue stops working. Retributor squads, who carry massed amounts of heavy weapons fire. Definitely worth getting at least 1 or 2 squads of those. Then we got the Angelic Warriors, so the Seraphim, who are equipped with double pistols and jump packs, and the Elite Zephyrim, who have pistols and power swords, and again are equipped with jump packs, looking a bit more ornate, and can also carry a Order's banner. So next up we got a faction page about the Talons of the Emperor. So note that the information contained within this report is classified Vermilion. Unauthorized transmission of the following report and any further information on the disposition and distribution of the Adeptus Custodes assets will result in immediate inquisitorial censure and abrupt termination. So this is an inquisitorial report giving us a bit of background about the Talons of the Emperor, who they are and what they do. In short, the Talons of the Emperor are the most elite of the Emperor's personal bodyguards, made up of the Custodian Guard, his personal warriors, and the Sisters of Silence, who are pure anti-psychers. So a bit of information about the Great Tithe and how they are connected to the Emperor and what they do in benefit of the Imperium. Then we've got the war gear of the 10,000, so there's only ever 10,000 custodians. They've got various different war gear. So we've got the ballistas grenade launchers, wrist mounted. We've got the Misericordia. Here's a small backup dagger. And the traditional standard issue Guardian Spear, which combines a bolter with a giant halberd. Next up, we got a short story featuring the talons of the Emperor against the Genuseal cult in Children of the Worm. So in the bowels of a shrine world far beyond the prying eyes of the Imperium, insurrection threatens to tear the world asunder. A Xenos cult rise from their hiding place to usurp the Imperium's servants. The talons of the Emperor strike back, determined to rid the world of heresy. So, follow Shield Captain Lorcan as he helps to crush the cult rising up and restore order to the Holy World. And our final bit of background is the Warzone Laveneer. So this is a collection of worlds most all important to the Eldari. So the Laveneer archipelago contains 11 maiden worlds of great importance to the Eldari. Now the tendrils of High Fleet Ouroboros reach out to consume it. So here we have the Beltan Craft world plus some Harlequins, High Tyrant and Termagants of High Fleet Ouroboros, a map of the Laveneer archipelago. So you've got all the different worlds. You got Thalanir, Edeneth, Fefla, Galarian, Orloff, Yilsan, Telanasil, and Aferna. Then a few of the worlds that have been consumed, like Aleg. Flipping over, so you got a bit of information about the Council of Farseers who help rule the Eldari, and a grueling war fought against an endless foe, such as the Tyranids, and a small classified inquisitorial report there. Moving on then, we've got how to paint our Space Marine details. So I won't be showing you how to do these details on my models, as my models are already done. But basically, we are just adding 2 new layer paints on top of all the already painted details. So here we're painting the Purity Seal wax and the weapon grips of all our Space Marines with pink horror. And we are edge highlighting all the robes, cloaks, loincloths, etc. with Wild Rider Red. And there we have a gallery of our completed models. So in later issue we are getting Evil Sun Scarlet, so we'll be highlighting all our Sergeant helmets, our lenses with that. I believe our next set of paints we're getting is Dawnstone, which will be used to highlight all the black casings of the weapons. And we are also getting Pallid Witch Flesh, which will be highlighting the Purity Seals, scrolls, and our white cloth, or bone cloth, should I say. Okay, before we get into our battle report, we've got a quick bit of information to expand our rules for our Sisters of Battle. So this contains the rules for the Shield of Faith and the Zealot rules. So Shield of Faith, all models of this rule get a 6+ vulnerable save and can attempt to deny the witch on a single d6. A result of 6 is an automatic deny. Then we have Zealot, so each model with this rule, when it makes a melee attack, if it made a charge, or was charged, or made a heroic intervention, you can reroll the attack's hit roll. So a lot of our weaker units, like the Pentia and the Archoflagellants, are Zealots. So these will throw themselves at the enemy and will get plenty of rerolls. And as you'd expect, on the back we've got tutorials on how those rules actually work. So how the Zealot rule works there, and how the Shield of Faith rule works there. Datasheets, we have a datasheet for Avapentia. So we've got 4 models in the unit. They are pretty much just humans, but they are well-trained humans. So pretty much freeze, 1 wound each, 2 attacks each. They're a Pentia Eviscerator. Much like a Power Fist, you subtract 1 from the hit roll, times 2 strength, so strength 6, -3 and 2 damage. They have Acts of Faith, Sacred Rites, and Shield of Faith and Zealot rule. They have Solace in Anguish, so each time a model in this unit would lose a wound, a d6 roll of 5+ will ignore it. Then they have the Martyrdom rule, so if this unit is destroyed in any phase, at the end of that phase you gain a Miracle dice, which will be covered in a future issue. Arco-Flagellants, so again, 3 units. They don't have a Ballistic skill because they're just programmed to attack, but they're not the best at attacking, 4+ to hit. Strength and Toughness 4, so they're a little bit better than the sisters. 2 wounds each, 2 attacks, Leadership 7 and a 7+ save. So there's a tutorial for 7+ saves on the other side of this page. So they have the Arco Flails, +1 attack, -1 AP and 1 damage. Each time an attack is made with this weapon, make 2 hit rolls instead of 1. So basically each one gets 4 attacks. Then the Endurance Implants. So Bearer has attacks characteristics of 3 and a strength characteristics of 5. So you tend to get 6 dice rolling for each of the attacks. So they'll have 3 and strength of 5. So that's pretty good. Sorry about that, dogs are barking again. Where was I? Oh yeah, they have the additional implant, so one model can be equipped with the endurance implants, which gives them 3 attacks and strength 5, so that'd be your leader pretty much. Again, the only rules they have is Zealot, Ecclesiarchal Battle Conclave. So if your army is battle-forged, the detachment include a Cult Imperial Priest. 1 unit of Arco-Flagellants can be included in the detachment without taking up a battlefield roll slot. Pretty much not really sure why they printed that rule. It's not important for this. They can still be taken by Battle Sisters anyway, as a elite choice. Berserk Killing Machines. So each time a model of this unit would lose a wound on 5+, it ignores it. And Instruments of Pain. This unit cannot perform any actions. On the reverse, like I said, we have the tutorial for the 7+ save. So some units will have a 7+ save. This means they can never get a save unless they have the benefits that add to a save. So if they are receiving cover, for instance, they'll get +1 to the save, giving them a 6+. Then we have the Ignoring Wounds. So Ignoring Wounds is a tutorial. I'm surprised they haven't covered a little bit sooner. Basically, when a unit fails its armor save and takes wounds, they can then ignore them on a certain number. So for most of our units in this issue, they'll be ignoring it on a 5 or a 6. So if you'll fail your armor save, then you'll take your damage, then you'll roll each dice, 1 dice for each damage that you would take, and then you can ignore it. There's a chance you can survive, but mostly it's a little bit of an extra insurance. It works better for certain armies like the Death Guard and Space Marines that play Apothecaries. They have slightly better chances of rolling up their wound ignoring. But it's pretty good. It does give you a bit more durability to weak units, fragile weak units such as these. I said weak again. Fragile units are not that weak. They are pretty deadly when you get them in combat. Right, I think the heat's getting to me, so let's move on to Leading the Faithful. So this pits the Royal Warden against the Canoness in a mission for the sisters to escape and regroup. So, I'll be right back after I set up the battlefield. Okay, we're all set up, ready for today's mission. Like I said, it's only a small mission. We have very small sides. So, the sisters are the attackers. Their job in this mission is to get to the opponent's deployment zone, whereas the opponent's mission, the Necrons, is to wipe out the sisters. The forces we have are 3 Battle Sisters, the Canoness, 2 Seraphim, Arco-Flagellants, and Repentia, so all our Battle Sister stuff at the moment. Necron side, we've got 2 Flayed Ones, Tomb Blade, Royal Warden, and 3 Warriors. So I've decided not to put anything in reserve in this mission, as I think it's important to get all models on the battlefield. Bodies count, after all, in this mission. I think the key importance for this mission will be the Seraphim to get to that board edge quickly. So let's see how things play out. Leading the faithful. Scattered bands of Adeptus warriors scramble to reorganize and regroup amidst the devastation caused by the Necron invasion. The Canoness, assisted by a small group of survivors she has rallied from the hive's depths, must now lead her charges back to the Basilica. In her path, Necron hunting parties patrol the ruins, slaughtering any humans they come across, and clearing a path for more Xenos reinforcements to join the battle. Necrons, Royal Warden, prevent the retreat. The Royal Warden has been tasked with preventing the retreating Imperials from reaching the safety of the Basilica's walls. The Necrons are stationed between the Sisters and their destination, and will not yield to their human opponents. Destroy the Canoness and her forces, and victory will surely be near. Adeptus Sororitas, Canoness, rally the faithful. The Canoness's meager forces have fought several brutal skirmishes to reach the hive's surface. The survivors now face one final battle. Before they can regroup and rearm, they must force their way through the Necron line and reach the rest of their order inside the walls of the Basilica. So, as usual, we've got 5 turns to try and achieve our victories. And as we have no designated first turn, let's roll. Necrons steal it with a 6. So, here we go then with turn 1. Okay, quite an eventful first turn. So, the Necrons, with their first turn, advance the warriors into the ruins with a mighty 12. Flayed ones made a pretty good dash up the board with a 9, and the Toonblade moved and shot. Royal Warden is hiding in just to give a little bit of support to the Necron warriors. The Sisters of Battle turn, I gave Rod of Office to the Seraphim. We did lose one Battle Sister thanks to the Toonblade, but the Seraphim managed to kill one warrior in return. Avapentia and the Battle Sisters ducked into the terrain. Canoness is staying nearby. This guy had his energy drink this morning. He rolled a 6 for his charge. And with the +1 from my, Battle Rights? Rights Battle? Sacred Rights. He got an extra 1 inch, so he ran up 13 inches. Oh no, sorry, 14 inches, because if he's movement 7, so I get an extra inch of movement. So he is really energetic this morning. Other than that, things haven't gone too well. I did attempt to charge with the Seraphim, because I thought they might be able to take down the warriors, but with a 6, they didn't get close enough. So it's on to turn 2, and things are going to go, well, hopefully, a little better. Well, that was a pretty short game. So turn 2, I didn't need to do it, but I decided I was going to do some shooting and combat. Killing the Toonblade with a combination of bolt guns and a mad Sister Pentia charging into them with a chainsword. The Arco-Flagellant failed his charge into the Royal Warden, but the girls of the match are all the way down there. My Seraphim, who, thanks to my Sacred Right, got a 5 on their advance roll, and got into and ended their turn still in the attack defender's deployment zone, meaning end of turn 2, these sisters are victorious. So there we go. What would I have done differently? Possibly maybe drop the flayed one into reserve for the Necron side of things. Kept stuff back a bit more so my opponent couldn't get too close. I think I advanced my troops a little bit too much and left myself open. Sisters of Battle, again the same thing. I might put the Seraphim into reserve, drop them down later towards the end of the game, close to the opponent's deployment zone, and they just have to survive a turn and move into it on the next turn. other than that, I think the game went pretty well. It's fun. I got to try out the Sacred Rites a bit more. Made use of the Canoness's Rod of Office. Didn't make much use of the Shield of Faith rule, but I did quite enjoy having the Sisters battle out on the field, and I can't wait to put some more paint on these. I've already got the paint guides for the next 2 issues, so there's going to be some advanced Sisters of Battle paint jobs in issue 49, I believe. So, before I say thank you very much for watching, let's look at the future and see what's in our next Imperium. So, issue 48 will finish off as terrain for this battle mat with our last ruin. I will be filming the episode next week, but I won't be able to paint the terrain for at least another week or 2 after that, as the place I've ordered some red sprays from, I'm waiting on them to get in a fresh order of their laser cut MDF sci-fi terrain I've ordered at the same time to get the free postage, which is going to be painted up and used for Star Wars Legion. But moving on to issue 49. Oh, sorry. We get our Ruin Factorum, so the last of our Ruin Factorums. The only other terrain piece left to get is a set of pipes and a reactor. We learn about the Dark Angels, and we have a new battle for Electia. Plus we get the Acts of Faith rules. So 49 is a really exciting issue. I've got a... That's going to be a really long video. It might be a 3-parter, because we have a load of new models, and I've already worked out a load of ways to convert these models into extra characters, units, reposings, etc. if you decide to buy multiples of it like I have. I've picked up multiples because I want a squad of 3 Pentia engines for my personal Sisters Battle Army, so I'm going to be doing some fun stuff with these other models. But I will be saving that, if I can, hopefully, for my video on that particular issue. So we also get new rules, new models, and your biggest mission yet, because we are playing on 3, that's 3 battle mats. I'm going to have to rejiggle the kitchen down here in my studio, just so I can put all the mats out on the floor. I can just about fit 2 on this 3x4 board. So I think if I move the table back in the corner behind me there, I can probably get all 3 mats out against the wall there. It's going to be finding a place to attach my boom arm to actually film. It might have to be in the biscuit cupboard, much like I do for my double mat battle reports and for my Get Started series, because it's going to take a lot to try and fit all those into one camera shot. But it'll be fun to play a really large battle with a nice lot of models. So you're pretty much using all your Space Marines, all your sisters, including the stuff we get in that issue. And we are using a good size of the Necrons. So it's going to be quite a fun mission, like I said. Definitely going to take a while to film that one. But anyway, that is it for issue 47 of Imperium. All what's left for me to do is to thank you all very much for watching. If you think I deserve it, please hit that like button. Doing so will get the Emperor's blessing. If you also think I deserve it, please do subscribe to the channel for more mad content. Please also share the videos with your various hobby groups. Getting me out and about, getting my name out and about, will help the channel grow, and I'll be able to bring in more and more content for you all. There's of course all my links in the description down below, my affiliate links, my Buy Me a Coffee channel if you'd like to donate to the channel to help upkeep all my equipment. But there we have it. So, again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.